Hey, what's good? Stay blessed, great people out there. Do you know there are certain testimonies or successful stories or whatever they are called? There are certain ones that we should always try not to sink them in. There's one great one which I always love sinking in, when I hear hardworking people out there, non-hardworking people out there say, don't give up, never give up. Wow. That always like soak that in, hug it, hug it, hug it, hug it. You know what I mean? Because that's the one. That's the only one that never slows you down, man. It kind of uplifts you, takes you to that next level. But there are certain ones like a lot out there. Like for instance, when people will say, it takes me 5 years, it takes me 10 years, it takes me 15 years to build this business hub, to build this brand. When I hear them story, you know what I do? I just trying to block it. I try to block it. I try to block them sort of things, man, them sort of stories, because to me, it's a courageous stories. It's a courageous testimony or whatsoever. But for somebody with some higher energy, higher powers, that no story for you to sink in. Because it will slow you down. It will definitely slows you down, because energy and power comes in different level. Certain people, their energy is there. Some is there. Some is there. And some is right up there. So if your energy and power is there, so yeah, it's natural for it to take you 5 or 10 years to build a business or a brand to get where you want to be in life. If it's there, it might take you 3 years. If it's there, it might take you 2 years. But if it's there, it can happen overnight or even less than a year, So we should always remember when we're hearing them stories, like people saying that, it takes me that, it takes me that, it takes me that. You should always think to yourself now that, wow, well, that's not me. That's them. Okay, because we are all different. We are all not the same. Even people from the same biological parents, their energy level are not the same. Their talents are not the same. People are born with different gifts, different talents, So we should always try not to follow those stories or not to try to sink them once in, trying to process them. Don't even try to process them. Don't even try to think about it, man, to say, it takes the person 5 years, 10 years to build a business or to build a brand to get where they are today. So, anyways, yeah, the chances that it might take me the same, it's there. No. Don't even try to sink them sort of advice in here, because it will slow you down. Things we believe, things we put in us affect our energy. Affects our energy, For example, for instance, when they've actually says to people that you have to wait for God's time. When they implanted that in you, that's one of the cause to even the laziness, especially within the black community, I'm saying that, man, trust. For black people that are living in the West, living in Europe, you might not actually realize the level of destruction that sort of believers actually causing black people until you actually travel to some black countries in the world, man. I'm telling you for real. It's not even in Africa, man. Trust, man. You find African countries, even in the Caribbean and all them sort of things. You go there and see how that belief has actually slowed people down. Because you sit there, people with the energy or something like that, but then they just have that belief that, well, God's time is the best. God's time is being the best. Our creator time has been the best for you since you was born. So everything now is actually up to you to actually manifest your energy, your energy in things that you're doing. So let's try not to sink them self advices in within ourselves. Them advices that will says, it takes me 5 years, 10 years for me to start realizing the fruit of my labor of whatever, trying to put my effort in. Don't take them ones in, man. Trust. It will slow you down. The reason why I'm saying that is, there was a time I was in a wheelchair, end up on crutches. Well, doctor says I will never walk, right? I'll never walk without even the AIDS and all them things. So, and then I believed it. But then one time I just think to myself that no. And then I says, they are not God. So the religious instinct that was implanted in me actually kicks in. So when that kicks in, I was like, no, I'm not them. So I'm going to actually try to do something really better than what this is. So I start hitting the churches, going there. But then again, I fell through the same problem because they start saying now to me, oh, you have to do this, you have to do that, for the Lord, to that. It's like everything is about procedures, So I actually start walking back in them same path that I kind of left. I will start walking them same path again, Has to be praying the religious ways, has to be asking the religious ways, giving tithes in church and stuff like that. Praying is it's not working. The more I'm praying, the more I'm in pain. I'm not saying that, prayers doesn't work. I'm not saying that, but people are different, because imagine if you are the prayer itself, you know what I mean? So how can you be praying, but have been told that's how it has to be. Oh, that person is coming, that person is being on that. It was ill for how many years? They start giving you them stories wherein, there was this, like they give the story of Sarah, how many years she was barren, but she was in her 80s or something like that, when God has to bless her with a child. Them stories, now you sink that in. And then you believe that, okay, let me keep struggling on my crutches. Until all of a sudden, I was so lucky and so blessed to be hit with the reality, So I thought to myself now that, wow, you know what? Let me let go of all these beliefs, all these Asian beliefs that they've implanted in me. And then I let go of them because I says, they are slowing me down. They're making me believe in them. So I have to go through them processes of struggling. So I'll be like, no, it's down to me, yeah? It's down to my energy. Trust me, I just sat there one morning, yeah? Grab hold of my knee, grab hold of my neck. So I was like, you're going to get better, Put my energy into that, boom. And then I felt that strength in my leg. It's like it's been healed. So I was like, what? I go out there, then trying to ride a bike, which basically then realized that my knee was stiff. Because imagine how many years of having like pains through your bone, and then you're sitting there on a wheelchair like that. So my knee was stiff. I can't even bend my knee. So I was like, okay. I got back in the house. I was unable to ride the bike. Grab hold of my knee again, just focus my energy into my knee, and then I just felt like my knee was just releasing itself. Then bam, I was like, what? Is this for real though? So the moral of this story is you might have an energy in you. That energy that will take you, to achieve your dream in less than an year, in less than 2 years, in less than 3 years. But based on a successful story or motivational story you've had out there saying, It took them how many years to build a brand? It took them how many years for them to start actually reaping the benefit from that brand or start making money from that brand they've actually built? When you take them stories and sink them into you, it slows you down. Your nature, your power in you, it start like readjusting itself to kind of match that pace to says, oh, this has to be achieved within the next 10 years. The only thing you can say is in the next 3 years, it's about your plan, your goals that you set in life to say, you know what, in the next 3 years or something like that, I have to do that, I have to do that, I have to do that. But don't take in what people are basically saying that, oh, it takes me how many years to do that? Or you have to. No, energies are different. Powers are different in us. We've all got that hidden power in us. But sometimes it's buried. It's buried because of the beliefs that we put into us. What we actually choose to believe, That what sometimes causes our power, our strength them in us to be buried. The only way we can get them out is about believing that you don't have to give up. That's the story I always thinking when I hear great people out there saying to me, saying, not to me really, but if I like go on social media, see like a great somebody out there and saying, never give up, never give up. When I hear them stories, I take them in. And then I try to sink it in and then process it. Because that's the most powerful thing that all of us we have to have in us, with us, wherever we are and wherever we go, But that thing to say is, it has to take that person 5 years, 6 years. Don't process that. Try not to even think about them once, because you are not them. You are different. We are all different in the world, So stay blessed, man. Continue to process your energy and power, because it's in you. You will never know that you've actually got them until you're trying to manifest them in yourself first. It took me years, man. Like, I never knew I had them because, I was actually focusing on other people, trying to actually uplift people. But it never works. When I say it never works, because it's what you actually put into yourself, what you've got in yourself, when you're trying to manifest them in you, then you realize the benefit of them. So it's just same to the words as well, because we've already got our strength in us already. It's there. But if other people them saying to us now that, it has to be that way, it has to be that way, because I went through it that way, Don't, man. Don't. The only thing that I believe that it has to be that way is life. That life has to be lived. We have to live our life, That's one of the principles I believe in, but other principle again to says you have to do that before you can actually achieve that. Some of them don't even sink them in because it's only going to slow you down, because we are different in the world. Everyone has got different abilities. Everyone has got different potential. Everyone has got different power. Stay blessed, stay motivated, and stay in love. You are blessed, you are loved.